So, you introduce yourself as I'm neither a god or a guru, I'm a healer or a doctor or a cult leader, and I practice in the field of integrative lifestyle medicine and life coaching. Could you just elaborate on that? What exactly does this mean?
Absolutely. In a country like India, where we have blind faith and we have all of this stuff, we see a lot of people are limited with their beliefs because they follow people blindly.
Yeah.
And I don't believe at any point in life that any of us can be gurus at a level that we think we know everything. Because what's changing is disease is changing, everything's changing. Science is half baked. You can use science in both ways, to drive profits and to tell the truth. So what we believe is through our work with patients over 13 years that we are also constantly learning. And that while there's so much information around available to everyone in India, India is the sickest country in the world today.
Yeah.
So the point is, where is the problem? Is it a lack of information? Is it a lack of expertise? Or is it human behavior? That people don't do what they're supposed to do, a lack of discipline, a lack of consistency. So that's exactly what we mean. I work in the field of integrative and lifestyle medicine. We're not alternative medicine. As we speak, our patients are going through chemotherapy, radiation, they're on pills, but we work in integration with doctors to change the lifestyle of patients, their nutrition, the kind of exercise they do, their sleep, their emotional wellness, and managing the side effects of the medicines that they put on. So that model together is integrative and lifestyle medicine, and that's exactly what we do. And because we respect every human being is different, we don't put them in a box and say everyone should not eat carbs, everyone should be vegan, everyone should be carnivore. No, everyone's different. We need to find out what works for you. 8 hours of sleep is not for everyone. Some do well with 6 hours, some need 7. So we break the boxes that humans have been put in by certain cultures, and we try to make them identify that we're uniquely different. And now build your health and plan around that.
Yeah, but do you think food can actually be a substitute for medicines at some point? No?
Impossible. Food is supportive. When you have a disease, it can be a preventive medicine. But if you have a disease, I can't say there's a food that can replace a chemotherapy. But if I'm looking at preventing a disease, of course I can use food, nutrition, quality food to build a strong immune system that helps me prevent diseases.
Yeah.
But we cannot. There is no food that reverses diabetes. Food is supportive of reversing diabetes with lifestyle changes and with medicine if needed. So that's how it is.
Okay, and you said some people could do with a couple of hours of sleep.
Yeah.
But people say that lack of sleep could lead. I mean, you need a certain number of hours. Like I sleep just 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day, and I still feel fresh. But people say you could have health. It could affect your health.
It's not the quantity; it's the quality of sleep. So if you're sleeping 3, 4, 5 hours, but it's deep quality, and you can wake up in the morning, you're ready to start the day, you check in, I'm not sleep deprived, you don't need coffee to get you out of bed, you're fine. Some people sleep 8 hours and they're still tired.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
It is the quality that matters.
Okay. So what's been the journey from IHM Goa to the field of applied nutrition to integrative lifestyle medicine? What was the motivation or trigger for you to become a life coach?
So I'm not really a life coach. We do lifestyle medicine. Life coach is part of what we do. But so I studied food science and nutrition as part of my hotel management. And that's where I got introduced to the subject. I didn't do anything about it after that. I went into the corporate world, but I kept studying. And then one fine day I got my calling to get back into health because I was realizing that there's so much of nutrition, nutritionists, personal trainers, but yet India is getting sicker and sicker. So I started to study the system and I realized that there's a gap in lifestyle. While people know everything, they're doing it, that lifestyle part isn't there. So I was in the US with I'd gone to see some patients, and then there was a doctor who introduced me to the subject of lifestyle medicine and said, Luke, when I hear you talk, what you really want to do is move your nutrition model into lifestyle medicine. And that was a subject. It was being trained in colleges across the US, American College of Lifestyle Medicine, so many universities. It had not yet come to India. So that's when I figured that this is where I want to move. And then I bought that protocol and formed Integrative and Lifestyle Medicine in India. So we were the pioneers 13 years ago. And now we run our own institute, which is affiliated with Mumbai University, where we teach students, we teach doctors, we teach nutritionists, the lifestyle aspect added to their qualifications.
Yeah. And you've also authored some 6 books, right?
Yeah.
And how did the transition happen from lifestyle and nutrition?
No, I think when you meet so many patients, you learn so much. A book is a nice way to share learnings, right?
Yeah.
So every book has been based on our patients. What we learn how can we put it in a simple form and use a book as a medium? And we were lucky that some of them became bestsellers. So now they want us to write a book every year.
Yeah. And also you collaborated with Shilpa Shetty.
Shilpa Shetty, Anushka, Tamanna.
Tamanna.
Yeah, and we've done some solo books as well. We did one with the Sheikh in Dubai on dry fasting.
Yeah.
And so because it's always nice to bring in perspectives. And in our country, a lot of people look up at Bollywood, at Tollywood. So when people know their real journey, because sometimes no one gets their real journey, the best is through a book because it can become very authentic.
Yeah.
And stuff. So there's always, like I said, we can always get better.
Yeah.
So now if I want to do this, can I look after my liver, look after my kidney? How do I increase energy when I'm sleep deprived? So we're constantly talking. In fact, we met him yesterday. We both travel a lot, so we've been unable to meet. So when I was here, I messaged him. He said, I'm on set. And so he was shooting, coming and talking to me, shooting, coming. So we finished a whole conversation over an hour like that. But the whole point is the discussions are always about what can we do next? How can we make this better? So it's a very exciting journey with him.
Yeah. Who is Luke as a person beyond the public persona of celebrity lifestyle?
I have no idea. I don't even know why people say celebrity, because that kind of, I don't know. I just think I'm the same everywhere. I think I dress the same whether I'm with a celebrity or not, whether I'm with you, whether I'm going to see my patient. So I just feel that I've never really been starstruck as a person ever. So I think I've been able to fit into this role very, very easily because I see everyone the same as they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I think it's easy for me to be that way.
Yeah, and you also said I continue to have a passion for nutrition and health as I saw the health of upper management of most companies deteriorate in pursuit of the corporate dream.
Yeah.
Is there a plan to increase the reach of your programs to benefit a larger number of people in terms of awareness and affordability, especially the younger lot, as a lot of chronic diseases have started afflicting younger people?
So the day I started charging people for programs, I made a commitment to myself. I will do educational content. So today people who can afford our programs come. People who can't have followed my videos and even reversed their conditions. So nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. If I'm going to speak to someone about thyroid, it's already there on YouTube. So what people come to us is for the personalization. And some people follow videos and then they realize that I need personal help. So they come to us. But we have no trade secret. Everything is out there on YouTube. It became a business model because there's human laziness. Even though there's a video, people don't want to do it on their own.
Yeah, I'm one.
So, so it worked out perfectly. So there, we don't have to create an affordable program. There are free programs. We have a cancer program called Aapke Liye. That's for less privilege. You have to submit your government salary certificate and we treat you for free. So we've already done 200 plus patients, which are currently live right now that we treat. And so we have those programs for cancer which are free, and for someone who wants to reverse their diabetes, all they need to do is go onto my YouTube channel, which is free, and they'll find so much of content and videos that teaches them how to reverse their condition. We've had people who have been helped with their cancer with our videos. So we've created that platform to help whoever wants. It's out there. There is no trade.
Yeah, I know I'm too lazy, but one of my friends in Vizag, she follows you, she's been following you for last couple of years.
Okay.
And then when I saw your name, I called her up today and I said, look, oh wow. She was so excited. So any lifestyle tips for people working in professions that have no fixed schedules or erratic timings, especially in view of the debate around whether young people should work for 70 hours a week?
See, I think the first thing that 70 hours, that came is a reflection of how weak our society has become. Someone made a statement, it wasn't a law, but the way people reacted to it. Now I can understand if every company says we are going to start 70 hours, then react. Otherwise it just shows how emotionally weak everyone, that's his opinion. Someone may have another opinion for a 4-day week. But you see how we've reacted? But we're moving away from, hey, it's not about whether I work less. There are people who work 3 days a week and still have a work-life balance because it's how they manage their time. It comes down to human behavior. Where am I putting my time? Most people say I don't have time for 1 hour exercise, but they have 5 hours for social media because exercise is not important to them. So you see the problem, I found no problem in that statement. He's built his empire using that philosophy. Nothing wrong. If people want to work for him, they'll work. If people don't want to work, he won't have an employee workforce. Think about it. But everyone reacted like someone's made a law.
Yeah.
And our problems, health problems, they start from weak emotions. That's the point. So a lot of people today work 9-hour jobs or 8-hour jobs, and yet they don't have a work-life balance. So my lifestyle recommendation is number one, stop spending so much time on social media. And if you are, follow the right accounts because it can really mess up your mind. Number two, okay, work first with your mind. First with your mind, because you can have a great body, but if you're depressed, you have mental issues, it's a big problem. If the mind, body follows. Nurture that. Food, keep it simple. Don't forget the wisdom of your own country. Stop trying to copy cultures around the world who have messed up their countries so much, and India just keeps following them more and more. But now while we follow them, they're taking yoga, they're taking our traditional ways of eating.
Yeah.
So be smart about it. Be proud of your own country, be proud, grow your own country, use the expertise, learn. Even I learn from the West, but with common sense, not blindly. And my other tips, keep life simple. You don't want to get sick. It becomes very expensive, and there's suffering for you and your families. Prevention is better than cure. Eat simply, make some time for movement and exercise, try to prioritize your sleep, and keep yourself as happy as possible, even if life is not going well for you. These are my 4 lifestyle tips that we integrate into every patient, whether they're billionaires or whether they're everyday people like you and me.
Like talking about this, like there are some wrong food combinations, and people say that you can't eat rice at night, and this roti versus rice diet debate that's going on. What exactly is it? I mean, you are not supposed to consume rice at night?
No, it's common sense. Let's go back to traditional India, where carbs was never a problem and diabetes was non-existent. Okay? Today, people are eating the same amount of carbs, but they become less active than what they used to do before. You have a maid to clean your room, you have a driver, you have public transport. So that activity has reduced, but the carbs has not reduced. So now it becomes a problem. So if you are going to eat a plate full of rice at night and you've had an inactive day and you're going to sleep in 1 hour, it's a problem. The problem is not rice. Farmers eat rice morning, afternoon, and night. They're fit, they're healthy, they have activity, they have consistency. Now, if you're having a roti and rice together, you don't need to double the 2 carbs. Choose one of them. Then there's the quality. Where's the quality of your wheat coming from? It's not grown the same way it was grown 10 or 15 years ago. That's why people are becoming gluten intolerant. So you have to look at the quality. The problem is that. So everyone has to decide what works for them. If I did an evening workout, can I add a carb will help. But if I've been sedentary the whole day, number one, does my body need that much of carbohydrate? It doesn't, right? So the debate around it comes back to us, individuals as a person. If I'm active, if I'm doing everything and it suits me, great. If I'm eating too much of rice and I have less protein, it's a big problem. But if I have rice and I have protein, it's well balanced, and I have my veggies, it's not a problem at all. So it's not the problem of rice. India's lived on that as a staple. Disease came in when junk food started coming in, when people started getting sedentary, when people had more access to restaurant food. All of these things. So you see, it's the overconsumption that has tipped the balance. Otherwise, India should have been a diabetic capital of the world even 15 years ago. But it wasn't. It wasn't. So again, it's lifestyle. It comes down to lifestyle.
And people swear by intermittent fasting these days, I mean, is it an ideal diet plan? Like everybody is going
Intermittent fasting is not a diet plan. It's not a diet. When I'm eating, I'm eating. When I'm not eating, I'm fasting. So cultures have put us into a 16-8.
Yeah.
Why not 17? Why not 15? You see, we don't ask these questions. Just because someone in the West said it, everyone's doing it. Today we have people who fast for 12 hours and get great results. Some people fast for 14 hours. Some do it for 19. It's different according to everyone. But that 16-8 is a box. You don't have to do it that way. But fasting is therapeutic. And again, it originates in our own country.
Yeah.
In our own religions, in our own practices. Once every 15 days fast, stop eating after sunset, eat only after sunrise. So it's not a fad. People have made it a fad, but fasting is therapeutic.
Yeah. And could you name 5 unhealthy foods or ingredients that people must avoid?
All the whites, your white sugar, your white flour, anything that is processed. See, I'm not against sugar completely, but if you're overdoing it, you're going to have problems and stuff. And then, of course, anything that is junk and ultra-processed food. If you do it in excess, you're going to have health problems. If you do it in moderation, you're fine. But these are the 5 things. See, so let's put it this way. Anything that is artificial, the body is going to have a problem with. Anything that's come from nature is fine, but you can't even overdo it. Like some people have this full fruit platter, bad. Too much of fructose, right? So you can't overdo anything that's even good. So it simply comes down to nature over artificial. That's the balance we need to maintain.
So refined oil versus the cold pressed oil that
absolutely
uses.
Cold press wins. So if you go back to traditional India, okay, you had to take your coconut to the mill and they pressed it and gave you oil. We were already doing it. There was wood churned. They would churn the oil. That was how we lived until processed oils came in. Olive oils came in from other countries which were not even local to us. And then people started saying coconut oil is bad. But today the West is saying coconut oil is the best. And now India stopped coconut oil because they said it was bad. So you see what's happening?
Yeah.
So go back to your roots. There's a lot of wisdom. Learn from different cultures, but not blindly. We should use common sense as well.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much.